Good evening, everybody. Oh my good bananas. Oh my God. I can't believe how good Happy Valley was today. I always want to call it Nappy Valley, don't you?
Yeah, you did. Like Napa Valley.
No, like Nappy Valley, when they talk about places like Balham and stuff, it's called Nappy Valley, isn't
Oh,
it?
I see. Yeah, well, yummy mummy. Guys, Ashley, this episode got me very excited. I'm just going to, it's very exciting. I just want to share a text that I just got from Nanny Di. She said, great main plot line ruined by terrible subplot. Discuss.
Yes. Which subplot?
The one of the
pharmacist?
pharmacist. What do you think of that? I thought it got better this week.
I thought it was better this week. Last week I didn't.
Yeah.
I think that he's pushed to the edge. It was more believable this week.
I think the big problem with any subplot in this is that Sarah Lancashire is such a powerful
This is what
presence.
I said last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she's got so much depth to her, as has the actress who plays her sister, as has her husband. I thought that scene between her and her husband was really tender and emotional. It's not that she's acting everyone else off the screen, because even
Except
like
she is.
well, no, because even like her son,
Yeah,
who's
but
married to that
everyone's
other
really
woman who's struggling because she too was kidnapped, and the father of that guy, I think they're all great. But because obviously it's focusing on Sarah Lancashire, when she's on screen, it's so real. I mean, I can't get over how she does it.
Because
she's our greatest
because
actress.
she doesn't act.
No, I know that.
She's so... No, I know you don't.
No.
So it's because she truly... That is the true craft, what you see there. She's completely and utterly in that character. And this is why she doesn't do much, because that comes at a cost, I think, to be able to tap into that.
I think it's
I
why
mean,
it's
that
exhausting for her,
moment
yeah.
when she pushes her face against the window and just does that, and then just pulls it back. Oh my God, that's how I cry when I'm in real anguish. I then pull myself back together like that. That was so believable to me.
I thought that first scene between Sarah Lancashire and her sister in the cafe was possibly one of the greatest scenes of British-made television I've seen in a long time.
It was brilliant.
Insofar as not only did so many different things, that scene. It told us the history. It predicted the future. It showed us the heartache and heartbreak of the two sisters. It managed to, as you rightly said, remind us of Tommy's crimes and how
Because I said to
appalling
Mark,
he was.
we haven't actually been reminded of them yet, of the series. And actually seeing that clip back with him, with her daughter-in-law, and what he
cut your
said was
breasts
just...
off. Yeah,
No,
just
don't. It was
awful.
just so awful.
But as well as those, it also raised the concept of biological father and the sins of the father. Does the biological interest of a child outscore even the sins of a father? Therefore, does the boy have a right to have some connection with his father?
I liked the way
And then,
she
finally, the other
talked...
and finally, the other thing. This was all in the first scene. The topic, the theme or the thought of forgiveness.
Yeah.
To move on.
No, absolutely brilliant. Because actually, I softened for the sister when she said that. Because she sees how her sister is destroyed by her hate and her bitterness. But I then rewound, because I was like, yes, I believe that you believe that, but you still behaved fucking appallingly. You should have given her the choice. She was going, has he asked for forgiveness? No, he hasn't, has he? Well, when he does, I'll forgive him.
Yeah, no, that
and
was
I
great.
love that. It was so
With such
powerful.
cast iron certainty that she knows he won't.
But he won't, so she can say that. I was actually really, really angry with the sister and with the husband
Neil.
of the sister, because it was just the
wanted to
most
slap him.
classic case of do-gooding.
Yeah. Without thought
They
for
mean
consequence.
no harm, and they're not bad people. They're lovely people, but that was do-gooding. How you could, when your sister's daughter has been raped and killed herself because of that. And like when she says, all right, let's just forget the beginning, shall we? Let's forget what he did to our Caroline and how many weeks I spent in the hospital because I had my spleen removed. That bit was, I was clapping at that bit because the way she just spills it out. She's so articulate.
But I think she kind of summed it up when she said, "You've just never been very bright," because it just wasn't a bright thing to do. And yet, as Jemmy Jack says, it actually raises an important debate. It does raise an important debate about the children of someone who's committed such a heinous crime, about whether the boy has the right to, whatever the father's done, has the right to actually get in touch, meet, communicate with, consider some kind of a relationship with them. It does raise that. And I thought the idea of forgiveness, because on the one hand, the sister was right. What Sarah Lancashire needs is peace. And there's no way of getting peace where she's at. Is there?
Yeah, but you can't forgive that, can you?
No, I'm not saying she forgive.
No, that's another great theme, another topic, another debate.
Someone just said, Gabrielle said, what is the point of the blind woman jumping out the window? I don't see the point of that storyline. Well, that ties into the drug dealers, doesn't it?
It ties into it plays into the drug dealers, but also it gave us that fantastic scene between her and her daughter-in-law, because she's triggered because of her kidnap. It was a device for us to hear the kidnap story again, wasn't it?
But what was the story that Sarah Lancashire's ex-husband is pursuing? Isn't it a story that she said, be careful what you do there? I think
because that
what
group,
story is he? He's looking into them.
Into them.
That's my point. I think that I was just clarifying that. That, Gabrielle, I think is where it's going to, the stories are going to kind of intersect. So on that point, Nanny Di, if you see this, I know what you mean about the pharmacist story, but I think it's obviously, it's not, although it's a subplot, I think it's a plot that's going to become incredibly crucial to...
And as Emily says, and also to see the two men on CCTV, you did see that bit, that's why you were confused by where Sarah Lancashire was going. Those two thugs in the CID briefing, they saw the two blokes. So it's just like everything's just like tying up.
What did you think of James Norton this week? He was just in the moment he was in, I found it his most believable.
Yeah, he was so
frightening
good.
As he stood up saying, let's go bungee jumping.
Good.
And
He was just so. Yes, the scene at the door with Ryan. How brilliantly did she play that one at the end? I've got nothing to say.
About the little detail of her asking, what have you got? What are you
What
eating?
have you got, Stuart?
Stuart,
that'll be all right. That was improvisation.
That goes to the heart of Sarah Lancashire's genius.
Genius.
I mean, I can't take my eyes off her.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
She was so good. Should she break the full news to Ryan, I've made a note of? Do you think she should tell him exactly what he's done? But she hasn't, has she?
I would.
Yeah, as to why her daughter committed
I think
suicide.
she can't say the words. I think we all
What
thought,
do you think,
she's
guys?
going
Do you
to tell
think
him.
she should? Do you think someone should?
I would at this point, because but you know why I would? Not out of revenge, not out to get him to do what I
protect
want,
him.
but just because he's in such danger under the influence of this man, because he's so manipulative.
Exactly.
He's a genius, narcissistic sociopath. So I'm going to say anything, if that's my grandchild or child, to make sure they do not go to them. But I mean, can you imagine, like when she stops, when she's going back to get in the car, and he says he loves her. He said he loved her. She went, because he only raped her, didn't he? They didn't have a relationship before, did they? And then it turned nasty.
I don't know if
Did they ever have a relationship? His mum and dad, and then he went nuts on her and raped her. Is that what? Or maybe that's what
I
happened.
can't remember. Zoe Agnew, she should just be honest with him, but I think she's scared of thinking about it herself.
Yeah, she doesn't want to say the
traumatised.
words.
The woman next to her, Macy May, what's this? The woman next to her in the police station, the woman
When she was on the computer.
knows something about Joanne, the woman on diazepam.
Because of the way she lifted her eyebrow when she saw what was on the computer. I thought that was more quizzical. Why is she looking that up?
What about the sports teacher scene? Now explain to me.
I was nearly throwing up. I was like, no. He's going to be caught between these two fucking violent sociopaths, this poor boy.
Yeah, so explain to me. I know the wife explained exactly what he does, so I know exactly what he does, but why does he do it? Why is he interested in young people that he wants to rebuild?
I think that he's gay. I think that's why he has so much rage.
Oh, and that's what he's told his wife, that he likes to rebuild. So maybe she's trying to make sense of him being involved
she
with
doesn't.
boys.
He doesn't tell her anything. She knows a pattern. He gets really angry when he's breaking down the kid, gets really fisty with her. And then when the kid is broken down, he then goes and picks up the pieces and rescues. It's just his psychopathy. It's his pathology. He's just very sick-minded.
I slightly didn't believe that Ryan would have talked to him that willingly after their argument.
I tell you why I do.
Because of the football.
He came and he's grooming him. He came in, he was really soft. Actually, I thought the actor was very good in that scene.
Right.
He's
No,
just
the
been
fa-
told
yeah,
it's
yeah.
hopeless. He can't stay at his friends. His aunt's is too tiny, he didn't sleep all night. And he comes and says, do you want somebody to talk to? He wants to talk to his dad. He can't talk to his dad. And this guy steps up and does the grooming thing of, do you want to talk to me anytime, son?
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
Do you think Neil is Tommy's dad?
No.
Says Jenna Whiteley.
Tommy's dad?
Neil. There's a thought to
No.
count to throw. Okay, final couple of
I
points.
don't. I'd be though.
Does anyone think?
kicking off.
Does anyone think that they've set the narrative cue for a UFO to land in the middle of the series?
No, it's a wind-up, isn't it?
No, I know. I know. So was that.
Oh.
I was thinking maybe they've got UFOs coming in the show. Do you remember in Fargo a UFO landed at the end of the series? It was very strange.
A couple of people are saying they think Neil and Tommy are related, and I suppose the reason that you're thinking that is because
The
it's so
hair.
extraordinary what he's done. But they gave that little excuse, didn't they, from Sarah Lancashire's son, which is all wrapped up with the fact that he couldn't see his children for 14 years because he was an alcoholic, wasn't he? He's now in recovery. So he's like trying to fix that thing for Tommy that couldn't be fixed for him.
But they've both got the same hair. Lots of hair. They have lots of hair
Now,
genetically.
Macy May wants to make this point that Sarah Lancashire forgot her glasses and she's
Misread the
read
number plate at
now,
the end.
Now, how do you know about her glasses?
Hey.
I never saw anything about her forgetting her glasses. She
I
doesn't
didn't know
wear
she
glasses.
wear glasses when
Does she
she's
wear
running
glasses,
and
Macy?
sort of combating
Does she
people.
wear glasses? Maybe.
Yeah.
I did think they made quite a lot of that number plate, like it might be wrong. But
Yeah, and then how can we ignore the final scene, which I thought was incredibly grisly? I still am not convinced by the pharmacist in terms of either his script or performance. And I have to say, I think there's a thinness to their scenes that really is markedly, starkly different to all of the other scenes involving all the other characters. But that said, I quite like the drama that now has been left with what's happened between him and the woman in the house. I think that's quite... I think that will give it more heft. So actually, I disagree, Mum. I actually think that's going to become quite a powerful narrative there.
everyone's saying about the glasses and that it was a close-up of the glasses, so maybe you're right.
Oh, right. Continuity. The pharmacist is
She threw them
pathetic,
back
says
on the
Elspeth.
desk, says Faith.
Elliot Gonzalez says he'd happily see a UFO take the pharmacist. The pharmacist, Elliot also says, is such a weak link in this show. He's an actor acting. You said it. You said it.
Yeah.
You called it. But yes, incredibly good. Incredibly good.
Don't forget to follow Elliot Gonzalez on Instagram
yeah,
for
I
loads of
Talk
TV
Telly.
news.
Yeah.
I Talk Telly, at I Talk Telly.
Final thing, Nadia is predicting that James Norton's going to jailbreak when he
Yes,
goes to court.
Leeds.
Yeah, in Leeds.
No, but he's also, what's so heartbreaking is he's using his son for that. He doesn't give a shit about him and it's going to break his heart.
exactly.
And he's using it to jailbreak. And he's going to come after Catherine and try and kill Catherine.
You heard it here first. PC Sawalha. There you got it. All right, guys, have a lovely evening. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Coffee Moaning.